Why was George NATEMBEA not given an invitation letter to attend the Madaraka Day celebration, despite being one of the governors that comes from Western? Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. I want us to talk about this issue of George NATEMBEA. That is the governor of Trans Nzoia County, one of the governors that comes from Western region. He was not even invited during the celebration that was taking place in Bungoma on Saturday. That is this issue of Madaraka Day. And there are a lot of issues that I think might have led to this issue, because I know, okay, the people that were organizing this thing were people like WETANGULA, and we all know what has been going on in between WETANGULA together with NATEMBEA. One thing that I learned with NATEMBEA is that NATEMBEA has been fighting on how the lives of people of Western can change. And I think he's one of the greatest people that can bring a lot of difference or can bring change to the people of Western's lives. Despite people saying that NATEMBEA has been sent or is someone's puppet, or is someone like there is someone that is supporting him and that he cannot do all these things that he's doing alone, I think there is something very different between WETANGULA and NATEMBEA. But that is not what I want us to talk about. I want us to talk about the reason as to why NATEMBEA was not invited, despite the around 7-8 governors from different counties attending. We had got the governor from Uasin Gishu, the governor of Busia, the governor of Vihiga. We had got Simba Arati, that is the governor from Kisii. We have got governor from Muranga, that is Kangata. And we also had governor from Elgeyo Marakwet, that is Rotich. All of them attended the Madaraka Day celebration. But NATEMBEA was not even invited, but NATEMBEA went. So that is what I want us to discuss. I want us to look at this thing in this perspective, that why was NATEMBEA not given an invitation letter despite being one of the governors from Western?
Na mimi nimekuwa nasema Oluya ni watu wameumia katika taifa hili. It's not tribalism. I am completely incapable of being a tribalist. Kwa sababu nimefanya kazi ni yote, mimi najua vile watu wanakaa. Lakini ukikuja kuongea masuala ambayo yanahusu jamii yako, sio ukabila. Jana jamii ya Mount Kenya yote ilikuwa Limuru 3, mimi walikuwa na Limuru 1 na Limuru 2, na wakapanga masuala ya jamii. Ukienda kule wa Masai wanaendanga mahali inaitwa Suswa, wanaongea mambo yao kule Suswa. Ukienda kule jamii wa Kalenjin huwa wanaenda mahali inaitwa Kapkatet kwenda kuongea masuala yao. Sisi Waluya huwa tunaenda wapi? Huwa tunaenda wapi kuongea masuala yetu? Watu ambao ni 7.5 million population ya Kenya, we are completely disorganized. Na mimi watu yetu, hakuna siku nimesema mbele ya watu mimi nikatukana mtu. Huwa situkani mtu. Lakini kuna watu ambao wamelelewa kwa maisha tu ile ya blue band, atukimwambia ukweli aenda akasirike, anasema umemtukana. Hiyo sio matusi. Nyinyi mmeona vile askari wamejiintroduce hapa. Mmesikia majina ndio namna gani? Mmekuwa na Jeroti na Rono na Kiburuto. Hiyo ni makosa. Mmesikia ama mjasikia? It is the truth. It is the truth. And this country we must confront the truth. Wakati mambo haifanyiwi hivyo hakuna balance. I do not expect mama kutoka hapo Sokomoko aenda ambie DIG kwamba huku kwetu hatujapata nafasi ya kutosha. I expect our elected leaders, wale viongozi watu ambao kule mbele ni WETANGULA na Moses Mudavadi, they are there. Mimi nikisema hivi wanasema niwapatie heshima, maana mmoja amekaa miaka 40 huko, mwingine 30 years. Swali langu ni kwamba hiyo miaka 70 ambayo mmekaa huko, mmetufanyia kazi gani?
Bila ku apologize kwa mtu yoyote.
Tuende huko mbele, tupambane na watu ili haki yetu ifanye nini, ikuje huko, si ndio? Ona bantu bandi kirisi hapa wetangula kana kuwa leo kwa wetangula kana kumale utakuisha. Yeye mwenyewe anasema alimaliza Kongo, alimaliza Mkiza Kitui, alimaliza Omunyinyi, alimaliza Eseli, atamaliza Natembea. Mimi kunimaliza ni ngumu. Mimi ni ngumu, mimi ni sivia ile chuma. Kunimaliza kwa sio rahisi. Sasa mimi hata nimaliza, lakini siasa ya kumalizana pia sio mzuri. Ukipanda juu, jenga wengine. Hiyo ndio nguzo yako. Kinje kocho kwa ndubo. Biblia bionyaka ni kwa kutetea. Lakini walipo ndio wengine bila bionyaka kuchawai. Sasa hivi bila hapo huko peke yake hapo. Ati speaker. Sasa speaker hata wakikutoa leo nani atakutetea? Unatakana kwenda huko maana watu yako wamekupeleka huko. Sio kwa sababu ujipeleka peke yako. Ili wakikutoa, unajua mimi natoka na mimi natoka na watu yangu na nyumba hii inaanguka. Hapa namna gani? Lakini sasa hivi baka kufuta, baka kukoma, baka wakema na bantu kwa maendeleo, boreba kwa na mafuta. Mbona wanaona kama wenyewe muone maneno? Unaona hii maneno kweli? Jamii namba 2 Kenya. Wakati mambo ya muhimu ya taifa la Kenya yanajadiliwa.
Natembea has been fighting Wetangula and Mudavadi all along. Why? Because these people have been in government. They have been in politics for almost 70 years. When you combine both the years, it is 70 years. But it is said that there is nothing good that they've done for the people. The roads are there the same. They've not even... They do politics for their own self-interest. And one of the main reasons why I think George Natembea was not invited was these guys knew very well that suppose Natembea comes here, Natembea will expose everything. And another thing is, we know very well that Natembea is now one of the greatest politicians that the people of Western are listening to. And I remember there was a time that Didmas Barasa attended a meeting with people like Wetangula, and what shocked me was that when Barasa was moving out, the people followed him. So I think this is one of the major reasons, another reasons why these people fear that if Natembea comes here, the crowd will not concentrate on the Madaraka Day, but they will also insist that Natembea must speak. But so when the news came out that Natembea was not going to attend the meeting, I think people's minds were switched off. So they just had to concentrate simply because, okay, this thing was already in Western, so they just had to attend. But what is the major reason as to why Natembea was not given the letter? Those are just my thoughts. But now I want us to dig. I just want us to dig deep onto this. Why was Natembea not given the letter? I've told you before that Natembea and Mudavadi and Wetangula, they are 3 different politicians doing different things to people. Number one thing that Natembea is trying as much as he can to unite the people of Western, in which I think he has succeeded in doing that. Just being a governor, but succeeding in uniting the people of Western is not easy. There is another one thing, and this is something that has been a problem to these people like Wetangula and Mudavadi since they became politicians. It's almost 70 years. Natembea is saying that it's almost 70 years, and there's nothing that these people have done. So they've been in the government, they've been in politics. People are succeeding. People are benefiting from being from politics. People like the Luolands are benefiting. Kikuyus are benefiting. But we are the people of Pokot, or people of Rift Valley, that is the Kalenjins, are benefiting. But we people of Western, we are not even benefiting. So Natembea, these guys feared that Natembea will come here and expose us. Natembea will come here and do things that we don't expect him. If Natembea normally exposes them, if Natembea normally talks, it's not about talking negatively about them. I'm just saying, if Natembea normally talks about them in a smaller platform, just a smaller group that he has organized, a meeting that he has organized. So what would have happened? Suppose Natembea attends this, suppose they give Natembea a letter to attend this meeting. That is one. Another second reason is the fear of Natembea's factor. We have to understand that in NATEMBEA, there is a level that NATEMBEA has reached with the people of Western. And there is that bond that NATEMBEA has created, not only in Trans Nzoia, but in the whole of Western. That all people knows that NATEMBEA is standing for the truth. I want us to ask ourselves this question. Just slightly, on a slighter note though, that I want us to take a look at these two guys. Let us take a look at Sakaja and Babu Owino right now in Nairobi County. If Sakaja and Babu Owino stands to vie for the governorship of Nairobi County, who will be elected in the who will win the votes more than the other, or who will garner more votes than the other? On my opinion, I not know that I'm against Sakaja, but I think Babu Owino will win the votes of Nairobi County. I'm saying this simply because of the stand. What have you done to the people? And I think that is what these people were looking at. If NATEMBEA comes here, it will be like we are begging him. It will be like we want what he has. It will be like we are begging him to not cause chaos with us. So instead of doing that, instead of giving him a letter, let us ignore that he's not there. So they were trying to ignore the NATEMBEA's factor, trying to ignore that NATEMBEA does not exist. That is another thing. And the third and the last reason, I think, is they didn't want this issue of NATEMBEA bragging at the end of the day and saying that I didn't even want to attend the meeting, but they invited me. So they are trying to avoid this issue of NATEMBEA trying to campaign, saying that they begged, they even sent me a letter. So NATEMBEA will have something of contact between them, and say that they even sent me a letter to go and sit with them down so that we can negotiate. Want to share a platform with NATEMBEA. I think it can bring it that way. These people did not want to share a platform with NATEMBEA, and that is why they refused to send him a letter. So those are just my thoughts. I also like to listen to a thought at the comment section. That why did these people refuse to send NATEMBEA a letter to go and attend the Madaraka Day celebration, which was taking place in Western? NATEMBEA has been a threat all along to them. But I think NATEMBEA is just saying the truth. NATEMBEA is feared with saying the truth. If for the first time, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also drop me a comment. Tell me where you're watching us from and how these videos are reaching you. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.